automatically says you're looking for the late game. It's a very heavily scaling pickup. With a Lance, I feel like you also need to now grab an early game jungler just to really help Baron get into that late game stage, because if you pick up a late game scaling jungler as well here, you kind of just pick yourself into a corner where your opponents can just completely shut you down.
This also makes me really want that to be a CP Kestrel. I think bursting the Baron down will be really good, and then eventually when you're trading as far as weapon carries, I'd much rather have the Baron.
Yeah, absolutely. The only benefit to a weapon power Kestrel in this situation would be that Baron's attack speed is not the best. Even when he builds a bunch of attack speed, it's still not great.
Doesn't matter when you two-shot people, does it?
But if you can hit the active camo after the first shot, maybe.
Yeah, maybe
I think there's different ways of measuring attack speed.
I do think the crystal.
There's attacks per second, and there's attacks, how many attacks it takes you to kill someone. Baron's attack speed is pretty fast. He attacks you fast.
It kills
But the
you
Samuel
fast.
coming out here, it's actually kind of like that mid-game thing. Like, Samuel really comes online once he gets an item. Doesn't really need the second, but one item at level 2, he can start having some big impact. But the Jewel coming out there,
we haven't seen one of these work out yet.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is really interesting. Okay, but there are massive stuns and combos here. I mean, we have the combos that the Finn Kestrel combo we talked about hasn't been landed too much, but
Radha coming in, that has forced a bit of a roll swap as PT Lamb is going to be the captain this match.
Yeah, and it's great to see the diversity coming through, but I wonder how it will affect. Actually, it's Portable. He just wants to fight. What is this? Cyclone, the aggressiveness will be forced here as the root comes through. Bastion goes low, so does Waldemar. No one's gone down. PG Lamb, the sacrificial lamb, first blood. Oh, it's a double kill. I'm the Doom sniping on up with those Malice and Verdicts, and wow, my heart just skipped a beat. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, the verdict is it's a 2-0 early on here for Denial. I wasn't entirely too sure if we were going to see a kill, but PT Lamb just a bit too far forward. Bloodthirsty instincts kind of betraying him in that one. That kind of did lead Waldemar to sticking around a little bit too long, and that last long-range shot with the empowered Verdict and Malice coming through with that cloud, it worked out pretty good. Denial can't be too disappointed at that one. Radha with this Crystal Kestrel, though, you saw the return damage at the very end with that active camo pop. Could have been a game changer for a 2-2, but just not enough in the gas tank there.
He actually missed a glimmer shot on Bastion, which would have killed Bastion right at the end. It was the final glimmer shot in his, stack of arrows, and unfortunately, it just went a little bit to the right of Bastion. It meant that Cyclone weren't able to secure that first blood, so a 2-0 advantage already for Denial here. It says on your screens. Oh no, it doesn't. We got Denial up on our screens. That's great. So Beyond Horizon, the roster was acquired by Denial here. And these guys in their series yesterday, they seemed like they just could play anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Dominant kind of stuff from a lot of the teams here, but when you gotta whittle it down, it might actually come down to a game of inches. And again, 2-0 start for Denial. Can't be too sad about that. So Waldemar up in lane. If you saw Kestrel, you might have actually thought that it might be Waldemar playing him out, but this is a laning Jewel, so that's another melee that we can add to the books here. We've now seen the Glaive today. Now adding a Jewel into all that. And I gotta say, Jewel's skin is just mint. I adore this skin.
Very cute. The snow style, the Yeti there as well. Definitely a scary thought that you're just being attacked by this thing that you love so much. The winter time, holiday season, and all that. We did see a lane duel yesterday in Europe. It was Fnatic who brought it out. Unfortunately, they did lose their series end games against Team Secret, I believe it was, or SK Gaming actually. So it wasn't so successful on Techno JJ. We'll have to see if Waldemar can make it work for the team. Currently a little bit split, but he's able to jump away from this Samuel or not. Oh wow, the damage. I'm the Doom just continuously laying down the hurt, and there was nowhere to go for Waldemar.
Yeah, the Samuel last pick here, going for I'm the Doom. I think that's a very big threat that Cyclone's going to have to just worry about.
Looks like Denial aren't done yet. They want to find more here. Artemis Grace jumping in as well as I'm the Doom just lays down fire from across the wall. They're going to steal away that Treant in the end. It's the only thing they can get. but another Impale comes through. It's going to be Waldemar jumping straight onto Artemis. Artemis going very low, and he is going to fall. The jump jet's just not there for Artemis. Used them aggressively just seconds earlier, and a great pickup for Waldemar.
Unless the combos from Cyclone are really going to be on point, as in, like, you have that rocket jump into, I don't know, Kestrel unloading the Glimmer shots. You got that Finn into the active camo or the big red button, right? If they start failing in a lot of these team fights, then again, my money's really with I'm the Doom just kind of being that cleanup squad. He is going to be so mobile, has a ton of reach, and can chase you down in the right circumstances. Artemis Grace will take a while to come online. The big threat right now on Denial is definitely Samuel.
Absolutely, and already 3-0 at 5 minutes. He's going to be accelerated into his build. Expect a Broken Myth coming out of him very shortly, just to lay down the hurt. In fact, there it is, right on cue. Good stuff, I'm the
5
Doom.
minutes in, that's pretty incredible.
Very fast stuff, and he's level 6 as well. It might just be Denial looking for an engage here. The active camera has gone down by Radha, looking to try and bait someone into it. Waldemar currently standing inside of it, but it will expire. PT Lamb in the front line, just trying to hold back everyone. Pale does miss, and the aggressive onto Waldemar will
ridiculous.
come through. That Oblivion gonna do damage as well. Double kill comes through for Artemis Grace, and now Denial are gonna look to just pick up this turret on the back end.
Oh, they gotta block that. Oh.
Very close.
If that had gone through, it could have actually been a kill. Still might be. Radha's not done.
Oh, in fact, it's I'm the Doom putting down the aggression. Radha almost out of energy here. I'm the Doom has plenty to use. Battery charging on up. The turret's going very low. It looks like Denial should be able to secure it, and they will. Waldemar tried his best to get into range to stop that one coming through.
Oh.
Waldemar, if he can't get on top of anyone, this duel is so vulnerable.
Well, together they are actually just extremely vulnerable. Waldemar and that front line, I'm the Doom can chunk him out, as you can see here. Empowering that Verdict and Malice can really do some work up against Cyclone, especially if they are going to be looking to fight around PT Lamb, fight around this Finn. That's what you want to do. That's why you bring this Finn. He just adds so much more defensive. He's a great stoic front line. But he can also be just kind of the same reasoning as a Vox and CP, right? You just use him for the resonance bounces. I'm the Doom can do the exact same stuff with those Verdict and Malice.
Certainly can, and it's already a great lead here for Denial. 15.5k, a 3,000 gold lead, and 5-1. They are just laying down the hurt. And not only are they laying down the hurt, they have this back burner, which is the Baron, who's going to just continuously scale up here. Denial looking for the aggression. They are not afraid to fight against Cyclone, despite the fact that this Baron just will not be issuing out too much damage. Waldemar, he wants in. This is great damage coming through. The one-shot connects,
Oh,
and there's the red button. Waldemar gets a double coming on through. I say red button. It is the red button. It is, in fact.
Yeah.
Never mind. I don't know what I'm saying.
I like to call it the big blue button when it's a crystal build.
DP,
just because,
yeah.
blue will go with it. Red typically associated with the weapon. But the official name, absolutely, is actually the big red.
Oh,
You're good on
wow.
that one.
Huge iron cannon onto Radha. They're looking to just take Artemis down a little bit too far forward, and that will be Waldemar finding a third in this extended fight. The turret, though, won't fall, but Cyclone showing us what their composition can do.
I'm a little curious what Artemis thought he was going to get done. Perhaps he had a bit more faith in the ion cannon to bring Radha just a bit lower. Either he misstepped or he really just failed to kind of find that aggression on top of Radha. We did hit the fountain though, PT Lamb. He saw the opportunity of that aggression on top of Radha, hit that fountain, and Artemis just kind of out in the middle of nowhere at that point with no backup. So whatever big advantages we just had, 5-1, now 5-4, looking at a very low turret, any kind of big advantage, Cyclone could just push it down, and that's going to do a heck of a number on this gold lead because it's already shrinking.
Yeah, it definitely is. Just down to 2,000 now. And Cyclone, they recognize that this Baron just can't issue out the damage. So if they're able to land some great poke onto I'm the Doom, then Denial's strength is down. But this Oblivion's going to put Radha to sleep. And that's going to be the kill going over to Artemis. PT Lamb going to fall as well to I'm the Doom. And they're just too aggressive, not respecting I'm the Doom's power.
Well, I don't think they actually... Well, they didn't see him there, right? He threw out a Verdict and Malice, then they started retreating, but by then, that gave Bastion the opportunity for a Githian into a sleep, and you're not going anywhere. I mean, Crystal Kestrels as
Oh.
he goes for a one-shot. Gets
No.
blocked, good. Yeah, I'm the Doom, probably not the target that wanted to block it, but he protected the gold payout. Rado has no defense. It's just like last time with Trias, right? He is pure blue right now. He has really have to make sure that his positioning is on point. He has to really depend upon PT Lamb to have his back, and that makes him a very vulnerable target.
Certainly does. It's going to be this monocle purchased up by Radha. This is when I get scared of the duel on the opposite team. When he gets that Sorrow Blade monocle coming, the damage that can come through from the Thunder Strikes, they just start critting up. Forced Accord goes over the wall, but they aren't able to combo it. I like the idea, you know, the jump into where the Forced Accord would pull them to, but it just didn't quite work. Cyclone now is going to be Denial looking to engage the fight. I'm the Duke throwing out the damage and bashing right on the front line. Iron Cannon's going to land straight on PT Lamb, and now PT Lamb looking like he might just fall to the Malice and Verdict's fountain. We'll keep him alive for now. One shot gonna land on I'm the Doom. But can Waldemar get in there to do any damage is the real question. Full HP on this duel, but jumping into 3, it's a scary thought.
Artemis, his only real contribution to that big chase was the Ion Cannon, which unfortunately just did not yield a kill. One more chase with a Malice and Verdict from I'm the Doom actually would have sealed PT Lamb, but through all that, you know, a big massive health there on the PT Lamb, he was able to soak up a lot of that incoming fire, and then that fountain just barely keeping him alive. Yields no kills for anyone. Bastion, however, is a little far forward, and he knows it. Picks up a little bit more scout traps. He's been putting them down pretty consistently. You can see this middle area just kind of littered with them here and there. He's really making sure that they have tabs on Cyclone.
Yeah, they don't want to ever feel like they're under threat. Artemis, of course, needs to start scaling up. Has hit that Sorrow Blade breaking point, so now just going towards a Tyrant's monocle, and this Baron will start hurting a lot.
If
Cyclone,
if Waldemar can actually finish up his third item for that Tornado Trigger, the Monaco and the Sora, and he gets on top of someone, he's going to delete them. Like, he's a rapid-fire machine gun, just like what we saw with Caval from that glaive, but the Thunder Strikes coming down, they stack up. The more you hit them in unison, the longer you keep that damage buff, and that will shred down people.
PG Lambs, he wants an engage here. Bastion misses that impale. Big red button gonna come out, but it's a weapon power. There is the Force Accord. Bastion pulled in, and it's a great jump onto I'm the Doom, taking all the damage from Waldemar, but he's not hitting the Thunder Strike. A good one shot comes through. Artemis taking a huge chunks of damage, but Waldemar also, and he gets rooted on up, shut down by Bastion. Now Denial jumping on forward. TT Lamb's the target, trying his best to escape, but you can't when Samuel is beating away on you. And once more, it's Denial picking up 2 more kills.
So I'm not entirely too sure who's the bigger threat now. I mean, Artemis is really coming into his own, but I do think that I'm the Doom has kind of sufficiently carried to this point that it's okay to transition over that title. Both of them still yielding a ton of damage and so much poke up against these guys. Waldemar really has to go deep if he wants to get damage done. That's a lot of room for kiting here. Artemis Grace has the jump jets to really make sure that he can keep that distance. I'm the Doom can dance around within his drifting dark. Radha, so far, if he gets into the front line, you just see him melt away. And PT Lamb, right, you gotta be fighting around him. He can't be chasing after his carries, trying to protect them. So the comp is just working great for Denial now into this stage of the game as well.
That's the Tyrant's Monocle purchased up. Waldemar has no defensive items here, which is definitely hurting the duel's, durability. As Waldemar does have to jump into the middle of the fight, no defense means that it's a very squishy duel.
It's like a fully built damage Crow. It's great in a 1v1, but this isn't a 1v1 game, right? There's so many other factors, crowd control, slows, everything else that you can just throw at him. Like, Waldemar up against a wall, Bastion will just keep him there, and he's not going to get the output that he wants.
Well, we are hitting that scary point.
Well, they found Radha.
Oh, wow, Oblivion comes through and Radha just walks straight on into it. They're going to try and re-engage the fight straight onto I'm the Doom. One shot won't connect though.
Wow.
That's going to be Waldemar just denies a kill as Denial looks to charge on board. Radha rooted on up. Bastion stuck in it. PT Lamb's coming through, but they're just gonna walk into Artemis Grace, who gets a second. It's PT Lamb all by himself, and the triple for Artemis, if not extended. Crystal Sentry to 4, and Denial just looks so strong.
I mean, your 3-item Artemis at this point, you already got the 2 core here for Doom, and Bastion has been no slouch on picking up his defensive items. We got the Treads, we got the Crucible, on top of that, a Fountain as well. There's just not...
Make it happen now. Iron Cannon in that Tri-Bush, and that's Artemis Grace using his jump jets. Maybe for Cyclone they can force it here. They need to find something. Oh, they're forcing forward into the bush line. Doesn't hit anyone. The Oblivion
Waldemar.
put asleep Radha once more. But Waldemar's on the back line. He's found Artemis Grace. This is the start they need. Onto Bastion. It's a double for Cyclone. And I'm the Doom left with the Drifting Dark running away. They're going to chase down, but they have to be careful. She's putting out so much damage. One shot blocked up, but Waldemar on the back line coming over the wall. He will jump straight onto I'm the Doom. Look for the damage, but he gets taken down. They do find the ace in the end. Trade back and forth, and this Kraken's on the board. Not sure they can do it, so they're going to look for turrets.
Bit more of a risky play, but Cyclone gambled and won. And the big things again is Waldemar. He's able to jump into that back line. Artemis Grace, I think, wasn't even the target at that point. It was I'm the Doom. He wasn't able to block the stun that came up in the beginning of the fight. That's how Waldemar was able to get into the back. There's no counter sleep. There's no counter jump jets at that point. And the stun into 100% crits. It hits 400 damage a swing with those Thunderstrike.
So we've seen Cyclone execute what they want to do. You can see the theory behind Waldemar's full offensive build. If he can jump into the backline like he did in the previous game, yes, he can blow Artemis Grace up. Relying on Artemis Grace not having jump jets available, which he didn't in that fight. And Oblivion not being available, which it had already been used in that fight. But it's going to be a second monocle purchased for Artemis Grace here, and a weapon infused. So this Baron will be dishing out the damage if he's not blown up.
We finally have a reflex block on top of Waldemar. His offensive kit done. He's going to hit Aegis, and, well, that's it. The only way that he can go from there for money-wise is tier 3 boots. And honestly, right now, that's not a big priority because the big 1-2 punch for him is getting the stun into these crits with the Thunder Strikes. The big red button, the big blue button.
Oh,
yeah,
wow. Here we go. There it is.
Just not in.
And they did get in. A knockback. Gideon's Wall stops the rocket jump. And now Cyclone have to disengage. PT Lamb is low. I'm the Doom looking for Waldemar, but he's blown up. He was too close to the fire and he got burned. Now Cyclone looking to turn onto I'm the Doom, laying down Malice and Verdict after each other. And now Cyclone with low health bars will be forced to disengage the fight. PT Lamb going low. Good acting camo locks up I'm the Doom. But they continue to retreat here, Cyclone. They don't want to get too close. Oh, one shot almost takes down I'm the Doom. But here comes Waldemar, looking to try and find the killing blow. Just can't get in range, unfortunately.
4 seconds.
And so Cyclone, they might go for the Kraken here. I feel like it makes sense. You know,
Nope.
they know
No,
I'm
they're
the
going
Doom's
for kill.
low. They're
Kill.
going for kill. Forced to cord, Bastion. There we go. That's a target. If they take him down, it will be the Kraken turn now for Cyclone. And watch how quickly this duel takes it. And we're at 5 seconds in. We're at 7 seconds in. Oh, one shot will secure it in under 10 seconds. Wow, Cyclone take that Kraken so quickly.
If we had any vision for I'm the Doom, he had his Oblivion up, he had enough energy to try for that comeback, to get that kill on top of Waldemar. He was just sitting right in front of him, but there was no vision from Denial. Could have been a massive play, but now Waldemar, he's going for it. He's saying if he gets this stun, he can bring down Artemis in the blink of an eye.
Wow, look at the damage Artemis put out when Waldemar was turned away. You know, he has a squishy point on his back. Perk allows for defense when he's looking at his targets. This Kraken doing damage onto the second turret. It will fall down. One shot connects to Artemis as well. The Cyclone needs to be very careful about pursuing this any further. They look for the combo.
Oh,
Quite
should've
hit.
went for
Locked up
impale.
again by Bastion. And that will force Cyclone back.
If Bastion had impaled right there instead of the gift in, he could have actually locked up Waldemar for a kill. But ultimately, a Kraken for 1 turret. Yeah, it's off the board. Start the 2-minute timer. You'll see her again about the 22-minute mark. But that's not a great trade.
Kraken for 1 turret. I don't know.
No,
It's probably
it's not a
you're
great
right.
trade.
It isn't, you're right, but for Cyclone, anything is good for them. You know, we've hit this point where pretty much everyone's hitting their final builds, and so gold is going to not mean as much anymore. It is a substantial lead still here for Denial. But for Cyclone, I feel like any objective they secure, they're going to count as a win.
What did Finn just pick up? Null Wave Gauntlet. All right, we've seen one Null Wave in NA yesterday. Can't actually vouch for the EU, but today we're putting that mark in the books. Null Wave here for the Finn.
Gonna go straight on Bastion.
Well, if you can bring them in with the Force to Court and silence out Bastion, yeah, that could go a long way for the survivability chances of Denial.
Oh, watch PT Lamb to throw that Null Wave out and just block up cooldowns. Here we go. Cyclone in position, looking like if they want to fight. Iron Cannon's going to go out, and it's not going to hit anyone. Denial, they're charging forward, but a great active camera locks everyone. There's the pull in, there's Voldemort. I'm the Doom is dead, and that's going to be the Oblivion blocked as well. One shot connects to Artemis Grace, and Waldemar's charging forward once some more. Can he get in range? I don't believe so. Artemis over the wall and out of the fight for now. But Cyclone looking like they want to charge down the lane. Waldemar's not done. They want to catch Bastion out here as well. Can he get over the wall? No, he can't. We've seen that fail so often. It's such a hard role to execute. The Cyclone, they don't need minions. They're just going to take down this choke toad. One shot onto Artemis. He jumps out in the end. Just about gets away. And that's going to be Cyclone. They have to be careful. Here comes Bastion. Waldemar jumps in, but they miss the force of court. The damage onto Artemis. Can he escape? The fountain will keep him alive. And now Cyclone need to escape. One kill for Artemis, looking for a second onto PT Lamb. His auto attack's doing 617 damage onto the squishies. It's immense stuff when it crits. PT Lamb stands no chance in escaping this Baron.
It's really hard to corner this Baron. Oh, just Matrix moves from Artemis Grace. That's 2 dodges this fight alone on that one shot, 1 kill. And, well, that's just going to be going home empty-handed here for Red. He doesn't have it for another 8 seconds, but that might be enough to try to snipe out Kraken. That's the best use you're going to have for it right here.
Yeah, he's going to have to find a good position to do so. Bastion currently body blocking as the Kraken is going down low. Look at I'm the Doom. There's the one shot. It's too early, and it's blocked as well by I'm the Doom. He's just going to heal back up with the Kraken health bonus that comes through. And now Cyclone have a big, beastly girl walking down their lane, looking to crash in and finish this one up. Fusions galore purchased up. In fact, Artemis gets 2 just for the hell of it. Why not? He's got an extra gold.
Yes, you said a little bit earlier on, right? 6 items, the gold, not really too much of a factor. There is about 6,000, 7,000 between the teams, but it's been so back and forth. We still have a choke point turret here, though, from Cyclone. The Kraken's going to have to chew through that, but being helped out here by Doom and Artemis, I mean, those are some big damage numbers. I don't expect this choke to last too long.
Let's have a look. The active camera has been laid. PT Lamb standing inside of it. They're looking to just try and take down the Kraken as quickly as possible. One shot. It goes through the entirety of Denial. Missed on up. And now Denial going to walk into the base. Looking for the damage on Radha. PT Lamb's looking to try and tank it all up. Be careful you don't step into it. Active camera is very close. The Oblivion, the Iron Cannon goes out to just buy time, buy space here for Denial. Kraken going low. Waldemar jumps on in onto Bastion. They're trying to kill this Lands, and they will find a kill by the looks of it. He can't escape. They need to turn back to the Kraken, take it on down. They will keep their base alive somewhat. A Crystal Tara and the Vein Crystal still intact.
Well, the game goes on as we still have not been able to really crack these Vein turrets yet on either side. 2-1 left standing. That's really the big score that you should be paying attention to. How many buildings are still standing? How many of these turrets are actually still here? But look at just the pure aggression. Cyclone coming right down that lane. They're looking to intercept that creep wave and just keep Denial a little bit more locked up. They got to wait 20 seconds for Bastion anyways, so defense is the name of the game.
They're just going straight for it. They're going straight for the win here, the stealth here. They're into the base. I wonder if Denial know it. Here they go, looking for this first Vein Crystal turret. Bastion still down for another 10 seconds. They block the Oblivion. They pull Artemis in, but he jumps away. PT Lamb going very low. They're going to try and just disengage his Cyclone, but PT Lamb, there's no way he escapes. Big damage onto I'm the Doom. Fountain to secure it all up. There's a one-shot. Bastion will be traded, but now it's Waldemar onto Artemis Grace. Laying down the hit. He finds the kill, and Bastion's still alive. How did he manage to get away? It's It's going to be this Kestrel walking up, looking for Bastion, knocked up against the wall, but he's inside a flare, and I'm the Doom's laying down the hurt. It's going to be Radha looking to try and escape. He goes, oh, he's in between the flares, no way! They know he's there, no way he gets out of this. Once more gets away, but he has to escape, and he will connect. That is a huge cooldown, and look at the run. Denial, they want to finish up.
What a run! Like, they go cross rift to get one turret and then lose out the fight. Cyclone, I'm really debating why they actually thought that they had to just end it right there, right then, because here's the Kraken now up as well. I don't think we're really going to need the luck here from Denial, but without Artemis, like, they got to wait for these minions to come in.
Yeah, our buffed up. PT Lamb will be coming up, as will Waltimar in just a second. It's going to be a race for the bases. I'm the Doom lays down the hurt.
I don't know.
There's the first turret going down. Waltimar spawn. He needs to get onto I'm the Doom now, or this game is over. Denial, they're so close, but they're not going to be able to finish it. Giving up Bastion. They're both just giving up kills here. Can Bastion escape once more? He's going to try and roll to safety as I'm the Doom. Anchor misses. Bastion's still in this, but Waldemar, he's got him on the wrong side. That's going to be Bastion falling. Okay, here is when things get interesting. 60-second cooldown Cyclone. What can they make with it?
Why are we rushing turret? I don't understand, Towsy. Like, the death timers, when you gotta go cross rift like that, it's just... Oh, I don't understand, man. Like, you cross the fold, and it's just so much time wasted. Now, whoever gets Kraken wins.
Well, it's going to be this Kraken startup. We see how quick Waldemar can do it all by himself here. They jump straight onto Radha, but it's the active Camo King bursted down Radha, trying to escape, but it's not likely. Artemis will find the kill, and now the Iron Cannon straight onto Waldemar. He has to dive in, he has to steal the Kraken, he hits it, he gets Artemis as well, and I'm the Doom falls. It's a double kill and an ace for Cyclone. I don't believe it, and now they can run it down the lane.
Okay. Well, roller coaster, I'll call it that. I haven't had this much excitement since I've been to the amusement park, but like that's it. You have no chance of coming back out of this one.
Yeah, this turret is going to fall. Bastion trying his best to stop them, but he can't do anything. Waldemar just burning through the objectives, and the hype is real. Cyclone will take game 1.